What's up, y'all? I'm back. It's gonna be my last video regarding these drones and this back and forth nonsense we're having around here where you have people that making these outlandish claims that there's extraterrestrials, and then you got the other side claiming there's nothing, and just regular drones flying by private citizens that just love flying drones and researching and spying on humanity, right? Oh well, I think what needs to happen since Mr. Trump decided not to tell us, just I think it's kind of weird how, the former administration did not tell us what they are because they didn't know. So all of a sudden, Trump knows what they are. And now the FAA already approved these drones to be in the sky for research purposes and other things. It doesn't make sense to me that, once again, you have these private people, whoever they are, rich private people, by the way, they could just fly drones all around and spy all on all of us, on each cities and states and whatever you want to call it. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm sure we're looking at this craft here, this triangular shaped craft. No, it's not an extraterrestrial craft. It's called the TR-3B, the military, um, I guess, fighter jet. It looks like a U.F.O. I mean, to many it does. Yeah, I think just we're living in times where people are mimicking things that they're seeing. They're trying to keep technology for themselves because they know if they reveal, the existence of an extraterrestrial race or non-human intelligence or whatever you want to call them, it seems like just, they want all the power and money to themselves. Man, it's crazy, man. We have to deal with this type of planet. And not to mention, we have the entire billionaire club in the White House. That's a little weird to me because clearly these people don't need to pay. It's just, it's always about looking for interests. It's crazy how this world works, I guess. Not me. I'm just a little pawn in a big game of let me play around with the people's minds and manipulate situations and cause distractions here and there. Yeah, but this is definitely my last video on drones. I'm gonna move on to other topics, simply because we're gonna keep getting the same back and forth. These so-called whistleblowers claiming that they have proof of non-human intelligence, supposedly. I don't know, it's weird. I just believe that they should have them all in one room together. All these whistleblowers with NASA in front of them and the Pentagon in front of them, which of course this is all the major players, right? And we get to see who exactly is telling the truth. Is Jack Barber and David Grush, and others are lying? Are they lying? Are these guys just intelligence officers that are playing a bunch of games to manipulate the masses into thinking of such, extraterrestrial race around us, or they invading us or whatever, so they can bring in the New World Order finally, physically? As you guys can see worldwide, there's some moves happening. That's why I always say we got to pay attention to everything, because that's the way that works. If you don't pay attention to world events, you're going to miss out a whole lot of things. They don't want you to pay attention. They want you to pay attention to what you're doing, like right here, right now. You and your family and your daily activities. They don't want you to focus on what they're doing. Pay no attention to the guy behind the curtain, right? Well, that's what we need to do. We need to pay attention to the guy behind the curtain, because the guy behind the curtain seems to be playing little games so he can benefit from this superior technology that it's on this planet from a different race. And I'm not talking about a human race. We all know this. But then again, who am I? I'm no one. I can't prove anything. I'm just going on speculation and theory, right? That's all I'm doing. Right now, what I'm saying does not matter because science says there is no extraterrestrial life. Just crazy, man. I think we should focus more on what's really going on, man. Because will this be the year of disclosure? Hey, I don't know, man. Let's see. Since Trump was saying this is the golden age, and let's see. Maybe they holding off, for another congressional hearing with these whistleblowers, and more attention will be on this topic again. And then, of course, to have Trump come out himself and just say, you know what? Nah, there's nothing. But you never know. Technology has been changing, as you guys already know. I know I mentioned it already. China already advanced with the AI. Soon, right after Trump just said that we are the ones that hold the top spot with AI. And China just came out and said, we do. So they spent very little just to create these super powered AI. I don't know, man. It's a lot of weird shit happening. But what can we do, right, guys? What can we do? There's nothing we can do. But if we can continue to, as they say, move the little needle with these congressional people and these so-called whistleblowers, and have everyone in the same room, NASA and the Pentagon, with them, not these multiple congressional hearings where they're going to keep saying, well, I can tell you this, but I can't tell you that. I got to go to a skiff. All right, so what's the point of saying what you're saying if you can't even talk about it? It's a waste of congressional hearing then. You might as well just not do it at all. Like I said, I'd rather see all of them in one room. All of them in one room. Just to see where this is going to lead. In my opinion, a real whistleblower ain't going to be a guy that shoots around, and keep telling you these outrageous, well, I have to say outrageous, because remember, we live in a society where there's religion and all this other stuff, and, so we also have to bear in mind that there's people on planet Earth that do not believe in extraterrestrials or any of that stuff, because there is no data to support that claim, supposedly, right? Oh boy. I just think it's a waste of time, keep reporting on this, and we're hoping and hoping and hoping. Hey, maybe Trump's going to be the guy. Hey, maybe he's still going to be the guy. Just not today, though. Not today. But I do want to know why. Why is it that they can have private citizens in the air going to state, doing research? Research on what exactly? Can you please help me understand what they're doing research on? Because I'm curious to know. And then, to top it off, they're not telling us who these people are. Because what? Because they're private citizens, right? It's all a big game, man. And if you're not in the club, then you're not part of it. I'm definitely not in that club, clearly. Because if I was, I wouldn't be here on YouTube telling you what I'm telling you today. So whether you believe that these drones are real, which they are, there's real drones in the air, in the skies. Yes, like I told you, I've seen it. It's real. But I just don't like the fact that they're flying around because they love to fly and researching, but you're not telling us what type of research they're doing. And it's unfair for us, other citizens, not to know who these people are flying in the skies with these big drones, because they're not little tiny drones either. These are drones, what, car-sized drones, bus-sized drones? But then, how do we explain the drones that come from the sea? How do we explain these drones that convert from drone into something else? Now, of course, people are going to be like, well, that's AI, AI, AI. No, 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 no. These are people that have seen it directly themselves with their own eyes. And these are political people also that mentioned that as well. So it's not just random people making up stuff. But let's see. It's possible that these private people can also be extraterrestrials, but they're not telling us who these people are in the air. They're not telling us. I don't know. I just find a lot of interesting things that Trump would say in the past, like when he was at the Joe Rogan show. He was like, "Yeah, I know you want to talk about the people from the skies and all that stuff." Like, why did he say that? And then you got the Gary McKinnon story where he hacked into these computers and he's telling us that extraterrestrials do exist. But of course, let's just brush it under the rug and just act like nothing's happening on this planet and continue on with our silly lives all the way till we die. And then rinse and repeat. We're doing it all over again, guys. Because that's what it is. That's what it is, man. If at the end of the day, if they don't want to tell us, they don't have to tell us. They benefit from this stuff. We do not. But then what happens when these beings, or non-terrestrial, or whatever you want to call them, gods of ancient times, Anunnaki, whatever, decided they want to be known by humanity in general, not just a small group? Then what? Clearly, one of these countries have to come forward and say, "Oh, yep, they're right here," because they all know. They all know. Of course, this is all about the race to see who has the best drones, who has the best crafts that look like extraterrestrial crafts, who has the best jets that move faster than any jet on this planet. I mean, come on, man. It's all about benefit from technology that's not from the planet. But it's whatever. You can believe whatever you like. If you think this is all a bunch of nonsense, I can't knock you for it because there is no proof. We have no proof. None of us do. We can just keep on going and going on what this person say and that person says, but they have no evidence. Even like when we just saw that video, like I said, the Jake Barber guy. He showed you a video of what appears to be some type of big balloon. I mean, they call it an egg. He says it's a U.A.P. retrieved. I mean, come on, man. I don't know. You can't just release these type of things without real evidence, like strong, powerful evidence, like a being moving around, talking to you and others. Because they do say that they were having some type of telepathic communication of some sort. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. But this is my last video on this topic of drones. I ain't talking about these drones anymore. Simply because I'm just sick of this nonsense. And they're not going to tell you anything. They're just going to keep running around it. And like I said, damn if you do and damn if you don't. That's pretty much what it is. So on my next videos, I'm going to be talking more about the Sumerians, the gods of the Sumerians, as you guys see in my profile picture from my Alien Society channel. It's Enki, the creator of humanity, who, of course, I personally believe had to be some type of extraterrestrial. But hey, that's just me. Some people believe, some people disbelieve, yada yada, whatever, whatever. It is what it is. Please hit that like button, guys, on your way out from the video, because I know if you stood in this video long enough to hear everything I'm saying, I'm just asking you, thank you for your support, hitting that like button. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. My channel is Alien Society. I talk about a variety of things, and this is one of them, of the many. But this is going to be the last video I make on these drones because, like I said, this is just one big game that's going on. We need to see more evidence. We need to see more, uh, um, like I said, we need to see more of these whistleblowers all come out, whoever they are, into Congress, facing NASA and the Pentagon, point blank, period. There is no ifs, there is no buts. I don't want to see any more congressional hearings without NASA and the Pentagon present with all these whistleblowers. That's the only way we're going to find out who's really lying, guys. That's the only way. Because every time they say that these whistleblowers are intelligence officers, it pretty much tells me that they are, probably PSYOP officers, disinformation officers. Hell, look at Stephen Greer the other day. This dude talking about this disclosure coming out in 72 hours or something like that. What happened? 72 hours came. He stood quiet. But then he said, oh, something else. This, man, it's just wild, man. It's wild. It's wild. We don't really know who's who, man. At the end of the day, we don't know who's who. Are these people really on our side, or are they just there just to play their part for you know who? But anyways, this is my last video. Like I said, this is the last time I'm going to put anything on this topic of drones. I know that we forgot U.A.Ps, and there's still U.A.Ps in the air, but for some reason, drones and U.A.Ps happen to be the same thing now. So, you decide, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.